Hey there, it's the Birdman here from marcusbird.photography, and I'm super excited because last night I picked up the brand spanking new Canon EOS R. Now, I've been waiting for this for some time, as I'm sure a lot of you have. Canon's first full frame mirrorless camera. Super exciting. Although I have to say that when I got to the shop, hello Winnie, when I got to the shop and I started playing with the camera, I was a little bit nervous because it was a bit different. I mean, the first thing I realized was that it was really light, like crazy light. And then just trying to get used to the buttons and the layout, because my go-to camera right now is the Canon 5D Mark IV, and that's where I do, most of my shoots. And when I picked this up, it was very different. There's no joystick, and the buttons are laid out differently, and it's lighter and weird and strange. And so even in that moment, just before I bought it, I was like, oh, I don't know, should I be doing this? Is this the right thing? And then I got it home, and here it is, and we're going to unbox it together. And I'm going to give you my thoughts, and then this weekend I'm going to go out doing some shooting, and I'll do another video just to give you my thoughts on shooting with the EOS R versus the 5D Mark IV, and we're just going to see how it goes. But the first thing I noticed is that this box is insanely big. The bizarre thing is this camera is meant to be smaller, and yet they've packaged it in the box the size of a small shipping container. It was nuts. But it's light, the box is light, it's big, it's black, it looks super cool and super beautiful, so let's get into it and see what is in this baby. So if we open it up, usual sort of stuff. There's a big box full of not a lot of stuff, I've got to tell you. We've obviously got the manuals and warranty cards and all the normal sort of stuff that you have in there. We've got another battery charger, we've got a battery. The great thing about this camera is it uses the same batteries as the 5D Mark IV, 6D, previous 5D model cameras, pretty much all of the, the Canon SLR cameras. So that was really a cool thing to happen. So it's always nice to have another battery. Obviously we've got the charger, so another new charger, and we've got the charging cable, which is super cool as well. So then we take out this big plastic sort of container that was full of pretty much nothing. So I'm sure maybe in other models you get other bits and pieces. And yeah, then we get down to the bottom. We've got a new strap. Kind of cool that the strap is small and thin, unlike the SLR straps, so that's kind of cool. EOS R strap, very exciting. And then we unveil the beast itself. Okay, so yeah, so crazy big box for theoretically a small camera. Obviously, it can come with a kit lens, 24-105. I got a stack of lenses, so definitely don't need that. And yeah, the other lenses weren't available when I picked this up yesterday. So box obviously would come full of goodies if you get the extra goodies. But it is a big box, which is kind of weird and strange and whatever it is. So anyway, it's a nice looking box. So here she is. So we unveil it out of its little package, and wow, it's kind of super cool. The first thing you'll notice is it's crazy light. When you've been used to Canon 5D Mark IV, any of the 5Ds, or even the 6D, you'll really notice how light this little puppy is. She is incredibly light. Yeah, and the grip, nice. The grip's nice and deep, fits in the hand really beautifully. And that's super cool. And when I picked her up, I also got the Canon ring mount adapter, not just the standard adapter, but the one with the ring mount that you can program to adjust all sorts of aspects of camera function. And this is super cool. It comes with its own nice little carry pouch. No doubt I'll lose that or throw it away. And she comes nicely packaged, and there it is. Again, fairly light, Looking forward to seeing how I utilize the ring and exactly what I'm going to use it for. But let's put this little baby together. It's so good that you can get this to utilize all of your current Canon lenses, and when you've invested as much as say I have in L lenses, the red ring lenses, you don't want to have to chuck all the lenses away. And I think that's what stopped me up until this point. Getting into mirrorless cameras. It's something I've looked at for a while. Looked at going to Sony. And just couldn't bear selling some of these amazing lenses that I've collected over time. So there it is with the mount on it. It does make it sort of jut out a little bit, but not much past the hand grip, which is kind of cool. And while I was there, I bought a lens that I've been wanting for a while, which is the Sigma 35mm f1.4. It's really sort of one of the last lenses to complete my kit. And obviously this comes with a whole lot of paperwork, and as usual with the Sigmas, a lot of my lenses are Sigmas. It comes in a nice little carry bag, and more instructions, nicely wrapped. Comes with a lens hood, which is cool. The one thing I noticed about this lens, my main shooting lens is the Sigma 85mm f.4 at 1.4. And that's a big lens, and you need to go to the gym to work that lens, especially when you attach it to a 5D Mark IV. That's some weight, and when you're shooting all day, your arms can get sore. So what I realized with this when I was in the shop was that this is a really light lens, not compared to the nifty 50, but definitely definitely compared to the 85mm. But I reckon this was going to be a great little combination on this camera. And so my plan at this point is to continue, obviously, to use the 5D Mark IV, put the 85mm f1.4 on that, and put the 35mm f1.4 on this little baby. So let's put these together and check out what they look like. So, in a lot of the videos, the pre-release videos, a lot of bloggers have been putting out there on this camera. They've attached the native lens, so the 50mm f1.2, which is a big lens, and the 24-105, big lens, and in a way it almost defeated the purpose of getting such a light camera. But this lens on this camera is super cool. It's a really good size. It's it's lighter. It still weighs quite a bit, but definitely lighter, and I can see myself using this a lot on this camera. So there she is. I'm so excited to get out there and start using it. I've got a planned shoot this weekend that I'm going to use it with. I'm going to take my Canon 5D Mark IV with me, but I'm going to try and use this camera the whole time. So bit of work to do over the next few days just to learn the intricacies, ins and outs, learn how to change my focal point without a joystick, and I'm just going to have a play with it, and I'm going to use it in the real world and just see what happens. See if I keep my 5D Mark IV. Who knows? Maybe this will become my main camera, and my 5D Mark IV will become a secondary camera. At this point, this is planned to be my secondary camera, but she looks great, smells good, and just going to see how we go. Obviously, another criticism has been the one card slot, especially when you're doing professional shoots. I don't do weddings, mainly portraits and landscapes. So for landscapes, not an issue. Portraits, I'm not quite sure. If I was doing weddings, it would probably be a really big concern. At least with portraits, theoretically, depending on time, you could go back and reshoot. Wedding, obviously, you can't. Once it's, once the event's done, it's done. So just seeing if it's a secondary camera, I don't think it's an issue. If it's my main camera, not sure. If I do get into weddings, then, it would have to be the 5D Mark IV. But for now, this is looking super, super cool. This is such a great, cute little lens that just fits so beautifully on this camera. The weight is great. Going to be interested in putting my 85mm on there just to see what happens. But this one's great. This is weighted really, really beautifully. If we take the Nifty 50, which will be really interesting to see what this is like. Yeah, that's super cool. That's so light. I'm absolutely blown away by how light this camera actually is. And again, if you've been used to a 5D or even a 6D, you'll really notice the difference. And I think, you know, for landscape, especially hiking around, you know, being able to have something lighter is a huge benefit. But even, you know, working on web shots or portrait shots or you know, portrait shoot all day, this would be kind of handy. So anyway, that's it. The EOS. Canon EOS R, super sexy, super cool. I'll do another video and let you know how we go with some shots and some comparisons. Obviously, there's quite a bit on YouTube at the moment from other bloggers about how this camera is shaping up. But I want to use it in the real world and you know, in the real world of making money out of photography and just actually how it goes. You know, not pixel peeping or any crazy stuff like that, but just, you know, real world, how does it look, how does it feel, how does it work, and what are the images like, and maybe we'll compare it a little bit with the 5D Mark IV. So yeah, looking forward to using it. I can't wait, and I'll see you soon. Ciao.